Pieces of artwork, beautiful imagery, pieces made by a man who is in fact suffering from a condition known only as the ghastly. A young man by the name of Jedidiah Cornflower. This is him.
Hello there.
Jedidiah!
Yes.
What is life like living with the ghastly?
Well, the Cornflowers have had the ghastly for generations, and you know, we've just passed down pieces of tips, and you know, you basically just have to get used to the fact that you're going to be embarrassed as shit when it happens. The ghastly just pops out of nowhere, and sometimes you just got to roll with it and pretend like it never happened. Even. How does
it affect you?
Well, it makes me burst into loud screaming fits. When it attacks, yes.
You laugh as if it's funny. You've really become that comfortable with it.
Yes, I have. It's rather humorous around the house, in fact, because my brothers all have it, of course.
Oh my goodness!
And it's been passed from my father's side, so.
So you've really turned this into more of a blessing than a curse, I guess.
Oh yeah, and it is a blessing. It's in no way considered a curse in our family, because you know it separates us from the rest of the world, and you know, who else walks down the street and has a conversation with you and in mid-sentence bursts into a fit of screams?
So how long do you usually go in between these fits of screams, these seizures, if you will?
Well, I have approximately 13 a day, and I can usually tell when one's coming on. In fact, I'm about due for a fit here in a second. Yeah, well, you know, at least you'll have it
apparently
documented.
It's funny, yeah. How long have you had this? Were you the symptoms of this? Were you born with it, or?
Well, when I was born with it, and when I reached about 12 years old, it started getting worse from once or twice a day to now 13, and you learn to cope with it.
That was obviously one you just suffered there a second ago.
Oh yes.
Was that a mild or was that severe?
That was very mild.
How has having the ghastly affected your social life growing up, particularly with the ladies?
Well, at first, you know, during the elementary and middle school grades, it was definitely a deterrent for the ladies. But as I've grown older, I've found that some girls even find it quite sexy.
Is there one particular episode of the ghastly you remember growing up that was worse than all the others, like that, just that one time?
Well, there was one time when I was swimming, and I froze up, of course, you know, as it happens sometimes, and found myself at the bottom of the lake in pose, if you will, from the ghastly, and I had been down there for several minutes. And when I awoke, I quickly swam to the front of the water.
Oh.
Not that I know of. Sometimes, bits of corn will slip through here and there, but